plugs and ports. You just stick this piece in and unplug it when you're done. It's easy. Phil Bly, the education guy. Plugs and outlets are what we use to harness an energy called electricity. Electricity is what keeps the world going round. Our lives practically run on this stuff. It helps us kill the time, powers our toys, and keeps life as we know it running. I'll bet you'd have a hard time living without electricity, wouldn't you? Right here on this wall, we have a port. Ports have holes specially designed for plugs to go in. And here, we have a plug. Notice those little rods poking out of them? They hook into the outlet and help transfer these tiny particles called electrons. Separately, this plug and port don't do much of anything, but when you put them together, you don't always get it in on the first try. Electricity! Now, just a disclaimer, making electricity might not be for everyone. Remember, it's always your choice what you do with your plugs and ports. You never have to use them if you don't want. In fact, there are many religious groups that frown on their use. And getting serious for a minute, don't ever force electricity on people without their consent. It's not cool. In fact, you could face some legal problems too. Now, plugs and ports aren't the only things that can be used to harness electricity. See, sometimes a connection is needed between two ports. This is why we have attachments that allow for two ports to be connected. Some plugs have ports on the other end. These are called extension cords. The port on the other end allows another plug to go into it, which then lets another plug go into it. And this could go on forever. Another item with plugs and ports on it is this, a power bar. Power bars have lots of ports, which allow for multiple plugs to plug into one outlet. They also have a nifty little switch which makes them turn on real easy. You can even experiment at home and see how many different combinations of plugs and ports you can make. Plugs and ports are fun, but sometimes electricity is needed without the connections. That's where batteries come in handy. Just pop them in your toys, and voila! Long hours of innocent fun playing with yourself. Unfortunately, some older faulty batteries lose their juice and need a jump start. Hey! This will let the battery run till you get where you need to go. Just a warning, if your electricity lasts more than 4 hours, call an electrician. Now, when playing with these sort of things at home, you have to be very careful. Ports are very dangerous, and you should never stick tongues or fingers in them unless you know what you're doing. Speaking of danger, see this? This is an exposed wire. Notice how it's not protected with an outer layer? You try and stick this thing into an outlet, and you're going to cause an electric discharge. To put that another way, you're going to get a nasty shock. This sort of damage can have a lasting effect on a person for 18 years to life if not treated. To prevent accidents, you should never put a wire near a port unless it's properly covered by a rubber coating. Some irresponsible users of electricity end up permanently damaging their plugs and outlets by exposing them to harmful environments. Possible side effects like rusty prongs and fires might make your plugs and outlets a potential danger. Remember, electricity isn't all fun and games. Stay safe! Now that you know all about your plugs and ports and how to be safe with them, it's time to go out and make some electricity. Next week on Phil Bly, Sexual Education.